Rise and shine, everyone. 6 o'clock here on this Monday morning. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I'm Jason Hackett. Lauren has the morning off. Let's get to John in the backyard. We're expecting another round of rain here before things start to dry out.
We are. I also want to do like a back to school dance, like the robot. Like, I can't wait for my kids to go back to school. I love you guys, but come on. This week we have shots this week. They're not excited about that. And also got a back to school shopping. They're excited about that one. It's crazy that it's already here. Rain showers have been diminishing, but we still have one last batch. I'll probably need my umbrella in the next weather in the backyard. As we can see in Redwood Falls and New Ulm, it's raining. I feel horrible for you guys. A foot of rain fell, and we'll talk about that in the longer weathers here, but that was down towards New Ulm, Waseca, crazy amounts of rain there. Here's what it looks like right now, just some passing showers again. I've seen some sprinkles in the backyard, but this stuff has been evaporating for the most part, so I would just prepare for light rain during your morning drive in. Here's what today looks like. 69 with a couple of those isolated showers. They're mainly thunder showers, not thunderstorms. By the afternoon, 82 degrees, still a warm day. Beautiful day once we can get to the afternoon hours. Cece, how's it look out there?
Hey, it looks great. I mean, the roads are drying out from what we saw early this morning and last night. You shouldn't have any problems with the morning commute, but I'll let you know if and when that changes. I do want to show you a live look here between Minneapolis and St. Paul on 94. Both sides are back open. No more crews out there for 12 days. Minnesota State Fair through Labor Day, they won't be doing any work, which is the good news. So we'll have some normalcy for a few days before work starts again after Labor Day through the end of September. But that is good news to start off your morning if you take 94. Otherwise, not seeing any major crashes out there or slowing, but I will be going over road projects that are starting back up again tonight down in the Burnsville area and also over in St. Paul when I see you throughout this next hour. Jason.
We will talk to you soon, Cece. Thank you. And as John mentioned, areas further south got the heaviest rain. Take a look at this brand new picture from Austin, Minnesota. The police department said multiple streets looked like this overnight, but that water has thankfully all gone down this morning. The rain, though, is lingering through this morning. Audrey Russo's live in Mobile 11 right now, tracking real-time conditions here in the metro. Audrey, where are you?
Hi there. We're on Plymouth. We're on 494 headed towards the Minnetonka area. In the last literally like 15 seconds, we just started getting some sprinkles on the windshield. So I'll flip it around so you guys can see. This is, if you have to head out, this is what you're dealing with. Not even really needing the windshield wipers at this point, but if it gets any heavier than this, we'll probably flip them on. Really the biggest story from overnight and this weekend in general is the fact that we dodged some major flooding. But when you look at the river status in the southern and western metro, boy, did we come close. I pulled this graphic from the DNR's interactive water trail map. You can see on those red icons that those really indicate where the water levels are very high in the rivers across our state. Now, fortunately, the rainfall we're getting this morning likely won't be enough to raise rivers and push them into that flood stage category. But the roads overnight, slightly different story. We captured some video from MnDOT's traffic cameras showing cars on 94 near St. Paul splashing through large puddles. The ground is pretty saturated with water, so this is just one of those situations where if you're driving out on the roads this morning, make sure you're just keeping an eye out for some puddles. We haven't seen too many. It's really kind of mostly concentrated in the shoulder areas of some of these roads. No major puddles on the roadways that we've seen so far, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on some of these conditions, and we'll see you again in a half hour. Back to you.
We will talk to you then, Audrey. Okay, drive safe. Thank you so much. A reminder, you can get weather updates anytime on KARE 11 Plus. That's our free streaming app for your TV. All you have to do is scroll over to KARE 11 Weather Impact 24/7, and you can see live radar and local forecasts. This morning, we are also keeping an eye on Hurricane Erin. The storm re-intensified to a Category 4 overnight. Its outer bands are already impacting parts of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. Now, Erin is not expected to make direct landfall, but it could create a dangerous surf along the U.S. coast. Parts of North Carolina have declared an emergency and are ordering an evacuation beginning today. Coming up in just 30 minutes, John's going to take a closer look at the storm's path and its potential impacts. Time now 6:05 as we take a live look from the White House this morning, where in just a matter of hours, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will meet with President Trump as they seek an end to the war in Ukraine. The two will be joined by several European leaders. This comes just a few days after Trump's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where no peace deal was reached. Putin did agree to allow U.S. security guarantees for Ukraine and wants Ukraine to give up Crimea and agree to never join NATO. Trump is expected to pressure Zelensky to agree to these conditions. Well, it's been just over 48 hours since thousands of Air Canada flight attendants began their strike, leading to mass cancellations. Now the airline says it expects to restart flights by tonight. The striking workers walked off the job Saturday over pay and scheduling disputes. The government ordered the attendants to get back to work by Sunday afternoon, citing the airline's importance to the Canadian economy. But those plans were delayed after the striking workers defied the order, forcing hundreds of other flights to be canceled. It's left an estimated 100,000 travelers stranded. The airline says it will offer refunds and credits or rebook passengers on other carriers. This morning, Ramsey County authorities are looking for 2 suspects following a string of armed robberies. So far, 1 person has been arrested. Police say they responded to three robberies, all connected to the same suspects. The first at a Speedway gas station in Roseville, then at a BP station in Little Canada, and a BP station in Roseville. After the third robbery, officers found the suspect's car and started chasing it. That car then eventually crashed. Police made 1 arrest in that area. The 2 other suspects ran from the scene. Well, today the trial is expected to begin for a Benton County man charged with shooting 5 officers nearly 2 years ago. In October of 2023, Sherburne County Drug Task Force officers were outside of Carl Holmberg's home trying to execute a search warrant. Prosecutors say that's when Holmberg started shooting, telling his wife it was, quote, his day to die. Holmberg is facing a dozen felony charges, including attempted murder. All of the officers survived. 6:07 here, and we are just days away from kids going back to school across Minnesota. And right now there's a new push to support their mental health. Michelle Beck is in the newsroom with the details. Good morning, Michelle.
Well, hey, good morning to you, Jason. Starting today, mHealth Fairview is expanding its teen mental health services, bringing them to the west suburbs. Its newest program in Edina is for 14 to 18-year-olds, and it's unique because it offers an in-between level of care, meaning patients have mental health struggles that don't require inpatient treatment, but outpatient therapy just isn't enough. The program lasts about a month, and depending on need, patients can come after school or even get schooling from a licensed teacher at the clinic. Through individual, group, music, or art therapy, one goal is to help teens regulate their emotions.
On a systems level, we're hoping that it helps keep teenagers out of the emergency room, that rather than going undertreated till they reach a mental health crisis point, that they're able to actually get some care that regulates how they're doing, that helps them with their function. It helps the whole family unit, you know?
Yeah, so if this program sounds like something your family is interested in, you can call this number right here to see if it is a good fit. That's 612-273-9163. Back to you.
Definitely a program that could help a lot of students out there. Michelle, thank you very much.